now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon. But oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires like to a step-dame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like the silver bow new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnity.
Go, Philostrate. Strut the Athenian youth to mariners. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Turn melancholy corpse to funerals. Tell the canyon is not for alcohol. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, the one I loved to thee. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with revelry.
Happy be Theseus, thou renowned Duke.
Thanks, good Egeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And, my gracious Duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stung the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweet meats, messengers of strong travailment in unpardoned youth. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart. Turn her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And, my gracious Duke, be it so she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius, I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid. To you your father should be as a god, one that composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but as a form in wax. By him permitted within his power to leave the figure or disfigured. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is. But in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather, your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case, if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth, examine well your blood. Whether if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I to be in shady cloister, you to live a barren, all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold, fruitless moon. Thrice blessed they that master so their blood to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. Earthlier happy is the rose distilled, than that which withering on the virgin thorn grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause. By the next new moon, the Zina Demetrius, my love and me, for everlasting bond of fellowship. Upon that day, either prepare to die, for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would. Or on Diana's altar to protest for high austerity and single life.
Relent, Hermia. Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius.
Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander! True, he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him. And she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes, every way, as fairly ranked, if not with vantage as Demetrius. And which is more than all these boasts can be? I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I be prosecuted my right? Demetrius, how about it? To his head, they loved Demetrius' daughter Helena, and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, and come, Egeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, Hermia, look to arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will. But the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate. Yeah? But to avow single life. Come, my Hippolyta. What cheer, my love? Demetrius and Egeus go along. I must employ you in some business against our nuptial and confer with you something dearly that concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire we follow you.
Oh, now, my love, why is your cheek so pale? How chanced the roses there to fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
I need, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did one move. But either it was different love,
Oh, cross, too hard to be crawled below.
or as misquoted in respect of years,
Oh, stout, too old to be engaged, too young.
or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
Or if there were a sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary time, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the collied night that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and there a man hath power to say, behold, the jaw of darkness do devour it up. So quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is our customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee. And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue. If thou lovest me, then steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do observance to a morn of May, there will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow, with the golden head, by the simplicity of sweetest doves, by that which lifts souls and prospers loves, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen when the false Trojan under sail was seen. By all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke, in that same place thou hast appointed me tomorrow, truly will I meet with thee. Demetrius loves your fair, oh happy fair. Your eyes and nose stars, and your tongue through their legs, in the garden shepherd's ear when wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching, no were favor so. Yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye, my tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being fated, the rest I'd give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart. I frown upon him, yet he loves me still. Oh, that your frown would keep my smile such skill. I give him curses, yet he gives me love. Oh, that my prayers with such affection move. The more I hate, the more he follows me. The more I love, the more he hateth me. His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine. None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine. Take comfort, he no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then, what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Ellen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold the silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl that bladed draught, the time that lover's flight will still conceal, through Athens' gates we devise to steal.
And in the wood, where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsels sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet. And thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander. We must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow, deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helena! Adieu. As you on him, Demetrius go upon you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Adam's eye born fair is she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all that he do know, and as he errs, doting on Hermia's eye, so I, admiring of his qualities, things base and vile holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged, stupid, painted, blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eye figure, unheeding haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. As waggish boys in game themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her, and for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. To herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither, and back again.
lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Oh, it's a very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready. Name what part I'm for. Proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover? Or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
That will ask for tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look through their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. To the rest.
Francis,
Your chief humor is for a tyrant. I can play Hercules rarely, or a part to tear a cat in to make all split.
Francis.
Raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Thibis car shall shine from far and make and mar the foolish fates. This was not the. Now name the rest of the players. You see, Francis Hercules' fate, tyrant's fate, a lover is more known.
Francis Flute the bellows bender. Here, Peter Quinn. Flute. You must take Thisbe on.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, Faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all one. You shall place in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I will speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe! Thisbe! Ah, Pyramus, my lover dear, my Thisbe and lady dear.
No, you must play Pyramus and Flute. You, Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starling the tailor. Robin Starling.
Here, Peter Quince.
You must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Stout the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus' father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug, the joiner. You, that lion's father. And I hope here's a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Will pray you if it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
You may play it extempore, for it is nothing but roar.
Roar. Roar. Roar. Oh, let me play the lion too. I will roar, that I will make any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar! But the Duke himself will say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
And you should do too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
That would hang every mother's son.
Aye. Why, grant me, friends, if we should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so. I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar you, and for any nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet bass man, a proper man, as one shall see in a summer's day, a most lovely, gentlemanlike man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
I would have shot in either your straw-colored beard, or your orange tawny beard, or your purple ingrained beard, or your French crown-colored beard, your perfect yellow.
I mean, your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you will play barefaced. But masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to come to Midsummer and meet me in the palace wood, a mile without town by moonlight. There will we rehearse. For if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged for accompanying our devices. No. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of property such as our play once. I pray you, very nice.
Oh, we will meet, and there may we rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Elegance being perfect, adieu. Ha! At the Duke's Oak, we meet Zina. Hold or cut those strings!
How now, spirit, whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the very queen. To do her orbs upon the green, the cowslips told her pensioners be, in their gold coats, spots you see. Those few rubies, fairy favors, in their freckles live their savors. I must critique some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou loving spirits, all be gone. Our queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed, the queen come not within his sight. For Oberon is passing fell in wrath, because that she, as her attendant, hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. And jealous Oberon would have the child knight of his train to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now, they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear, or spangled starlight sheen. But they do swear that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are not you he that frights the maidens of the villagery, skim milk and sometimes labor in the quern, and fruitless make the breathless housewife churn, and sometimes make the drink prove to bear no bar, mislead like wanderers, laughing at their harm. And those that hobgoblin call you and sweet Puck, you do their work and so they have good luck. Are not you he?
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile when I have fatted bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal. And sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks, against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale. The wisest aunt, telling the saddest tale,
sometimes for 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from her bunk, down topple she, and Taylor cries, and falls into a cough. And then the whole choir hold their hips and laugh, and waxen in their mirth and knees, and swear a merrier hour was never wasted there. But room fairy, here comes Oberon.
Dear my mistress, would that he were gone.
You met by moonlight, proud Titania.
Not jealous of Rowan. Very skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash Watson, am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of porridge sat all day playing on pipes of corn, and versing love to amorous Philida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest step of India, but that forsooth the bouncing Amazon, your buskined mistress and your warrior love, Theseus must be wedded. And you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania? Glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus. Didst not thou lead him through the glimmering night from Periginia, whom he ravished? And make him with fair Egeus, break his faith with Ariadne and Antiope.
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never, since the middle summer spring, met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by haven fountain, or by rushy brook, or in the beechen margins of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as at revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land hath every Celtic river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain, the plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted. There is youth attained the beam. The bowl stands empty in the drowned field, and crows are fattened with the murrian flock. The nine men's mulls is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes in the mountain green for lack of tread are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with him more carol blessed than o'er the moon. The governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air that ruminates diseases to abound. And thorough this distemperature, we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frost fall in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old Highland's thin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is as in mockery set. Spring, the summer, the childing autumn, angry winter change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which. And the same quantity of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and originals.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set her heart at rest. The fairy land buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood. When we have laughed to see the sails concealed with pretty and with swimming game following, her wound and rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles, and return again as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake do I rear up her boy. And for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance, till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your hearts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away! We shall chide down right if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle pot, come hither. Thou rememberest since once I sat upon a promontory, and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath, that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not. Lying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid all on. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love cap smartly from his bow as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votress pass it on in maiden meditation, fancy free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's woo, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll want Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she waking will be it on lion, bear, or wolf or bull, on meddling monkey or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen to this wood, and here am I, and wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted animal. But yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you, your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you, I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more. I am your spaniel. And Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me, only give me leave, unworthy as I am to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog?
modesty too much. To leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one who loves you not. To trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege, for that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night, nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you, in my respect, are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide thee in the brakes and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest have not such a heart as you. Run when you will. The story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go, or if thou follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Why? In the temple, in the town, the field, you do me mischief. Fly, Demetrius. Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee, and make a heaven of hell to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye.
There it is.
I pray thee give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where ox lips and the nodding violet grows, quite over canopy with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses and with eglantine. There sleeps the Tanya sometimes the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake throws her enameled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it, when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Affect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou, meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord. Your servant shall do so.
Come now, a roundel and a merry song. Yes, for the third part of the minute, hens, some young hangers in the muskrat butts, some war with rear mice for their leathern wings to make my small coats, and some keep back the glamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now, sleep, then to your
what thou seest when thou dost wake. Do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake. Be it ouse or cat or bear, hard or boar with bristled hair, in thy eye that shall appear when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak truth, I have forgot our way. Will rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
So, Lysander, find you out a bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet, do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart can we make of it. Two bosoms interchained with an oath, so then two bosoms is a single troth. Then by your side, no bed for me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much beshrew my manners and my pride if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. Such separation as may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alters of thy sweet life end.
Amen to that fair prayer, say I, and then in life will I in loyalty. Here is my bed, sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be rest.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. Night in silence.
Who is here?
Weeds of Athens he doth wear.
This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. And hear the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul. She durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thy eyes I throw all
she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No. I am as ugly as a bear, for beasts that need me run away for fear. Therefore no marvel though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fiery eyes? But who is here? Lysander, on the ground? Dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And what through fire I will fly, sweet sake. Nature shows up that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish by my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What, though he love your Hermia, Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content with Hermia, no. I do repent the tedious minute I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who will not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed. And reason says human are worthy of hate. Things growing are not ripened to their season, so I, being young till now, ripe not to reason. Reason becomes ferocious to my will and leads me to nor eyes nor I look, nor stories written in close pictures.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery bored? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? It's not enough, young man, that I did never know nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye. But you must flout my insufficiency. Good troth you do me wrong. Good suit you do in such disdainful manner me to woo. But very well. Perforce I must confess, I thought you more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refuse should of another therefore be abused.
She's not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander here. For as a surfeit of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings. Or as the heresies that men do leave are hated most of those they did deceive, so thou, my surfeit and my heresy, of all be hated, but the most of me. And all my powers address your love and might to honor Helen and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander, help me to my bed. Either death or you are fine immediately.
Are we all met?
And here's a marvelous, convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage. This hawthorn brake, our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the two.
Peter Quince,
What say yourself, Willie Buckham?
there are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
Fire like a parlous spear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have devised to make all well. Write me a prologue. But the prologue seemed to say, we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Ooh. Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Oh, masters, we are to consider with ourselves to bring in, a lion among ladies is the most dreadful thing. For there is not a more fearful, wild fowl than your lion living, we are told.
Therefore, another prologue must say that he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck. Yes, and he must speak through, saying thus, or to the same defect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, I would request you, or I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours. For if you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity of my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are. And there, let him name his name and tell them plainly he is Snug the joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But there is 2 hard things, that is, to bring moonlight into the chamber. For you know, Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine that night we play our play?
A calendar. A calendar. Oh, look in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moon. Shine.
Yes, it does shine that night.
Well then, may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye. Perhaps one must come in, a bush of thorns, and a lantern, and say he comes to disfigure or present the person of moonshine. Then, we must have a wall in the great chamber. For Pyramus and Thisbe says the story did talk through a chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall. And let him have some loam, or some plaster, or some rough cast about him to signify wall. Oh, and let him hold his fingers thus. And through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
That may be. Then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What happened to Holmes suddenly swaggering here?
very queen. A play toward, I'll be an auditor. An actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Pyramus, begin. Thisbe, stand for.
Oh, Thisbe, the flowers of odious hate.
Odorous.
Oh, Thisbe, the flowers of odious savor sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, I hear a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger pyramids than e'er played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, Mary, must you? Oh, you must understand. He goes but to see a noisy herd and is to come again.
Most
Most brilliant most dear like a dew, of color like the red rose on triumphant briar, most briskly juvenile and eek. Most lovely dew, as truest horse that yet would never tire, amid the fairness at Minnie's tomb.
Ninus tomb? Why, you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your part at once, Q's and O's. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tire.
As truest horse that yet would never tire.
If I were deaf, Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous. Strange.
We are haunted.
Fly that bird!
I'll follow you.
I'll lead you about around. Through bog, through brook, through brake, through briar. Sometimes a horse I'll be, sometimes a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometimes a fire. And may a body grunt and roar and burn, like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire at every turn.
Why did they run away? This is knavery of them to make me appear.
Oh, Fun, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Bless thee, Father. Bless thee. Thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me. To frighten me if they could. Well, I will not stir from this place, do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I shall sing, so that they shall hear I am not afraid. The woozle cock so black, confused with orange tongue. The throstle with his notes so pretty,
What angel wakes me from my night?
the finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plains of cuckoo gray. His notes will many a man to follow, dares not answer nay. Who would set his witches so foolish a bird? Who would give a bird the lie, though he cried cuckoo never so?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. My ear is much enamored of thy note, so is my eye enthralled to thy shape. Thy fair
for that. And yet, oh, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together now. The more's the pity that some honest neighbors will not make them friends.
Now I'm as wise and now I'm beautiful.
Not so neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I'd have enough to serve mine own turn.
Agnes, would you not desire to go? Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am the spirit and no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Oh, therefore go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on blessed flowers dost sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peace, blossom, cobweb, moth, and mustard seed. Ready. And I. And I. And I. Where shall we go? Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed with apples, with dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey berries steal from the humble bees, and for night tapers, their waxen thighs, and light them with the fiery glow of his eyes. To have my love to bed, and to arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Not females, and do him courtesies. Hail, mortal! Hail! Hail! Hail!
Oh. I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
I should desire your more acquaintance, good Mistress Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your honest lady.
Peas blossom.
Why, I pray you, commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and Master Peascod, your father, good Mistress Peas Blossom. I should desire you for acquaintance, too. Oh, your neighbor. I beseech you.
Mustard seed.
Why, good Mistress Mustard Seed, I know your patience well. That same cowardly giant-like ox feet hath devoured many a Never in your house. I promise you, your kindred has made my eyes water, and now, oh, I should desire you for acquaintance too, good Mistress Mustard Seed.
Come, wait upon him. Lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity.
Oh.
Tie up my lover's tongue. Bring him silence.
what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love. Near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thickskin of that barren sword, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break. When I did him at disadvantage take, an ass's no, I fix it on his head. Anon, his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes. When they him spy, as wild geese at the creeping fowler eye, or russet pated chuffs, many in sword, rising and cawing at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky. So at his sight away his fellows fly, and at our stamp, here o'er and o'er one falls, he murder cries and help from Athens calls. Their sense thus weak, lost with their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns at their apparel snatch, some sleeves, some hats, from yielders all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there, when in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. And hast thou yet lacked the Athenian's eyes with the love juice, as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, of course she must be I.
Stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man. Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse. For thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, beating horseshoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe as soon this whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may condescend to creep and so displease the brothers noontide with antipathies. It cannot be, but thou hast perjured him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Ah, good, Demetrius. Wilt thou give him me?
I had rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog! Out, cur! Outright beatest the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then, and sport be never numbered among men? Oh, once tell true! Tell true! Even for my sake, durst thou have looked upon him being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch!
sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some true love turned, and not a false turn true.
Then fate o'errules that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood goes swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou fine. Oh, fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go. Look how I go.
Swifter than arrow from the Tartar's blood!
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink in apple of his eye. When his love he doth spy, that shineth gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beggeth her for remedy.
Captain of our very band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageants see? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Then will two at once woo one. That must needs be sport alone. And those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Why should you think that I should woo stars? Stars in derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow and weep, I vow so born, and then the symphony all through the tears. How can I sing the peace and scorn for you? Bearing the battle.
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh devilish holy fray, these vows are Hermia's, will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, put in two scales, will even weigh in both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Goddess, nymph, perfect, divine. What, my love, shall I compare thine eye? Crystal is mine. How ripe and show thy lips, those kissing cherries empty and grow. That pure, congealed, white, high Taurus snow, fan of eastern wind, turns to a crow when thou holdst up thy hand. Let me kiss this princess pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh. What? Oh, hell! I see you're all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do? But you must join in souls to mock me too. If you were men as men, you are. You would not use a gentle lady so. To vow and swear, superpraise my parts, and I'm sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals in love, Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit. The enterprise to conjure tears open a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin, and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so. For you love Hermia, as you know I do. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you of my part, and yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will not. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her but as guest-wise sojourned. And now to heaven is it home returned, there to remain.
Heaven is not so.
Disparage not the fate thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou obey it dear. Look where thy love comes. Yonder is thy dear.
Dark night, that from the eye function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes, wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Now I not from mine eye Lysander found, mine ear I think it brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me?
Why should he say who loved doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bite fair Helena, who more gives the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light.
Lysander.
Why seekst thou me? Cannot this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us, oh, is all forgot? All school days, friendship, childhood, innocence? We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key. As if our hands, our sides, voices, and minds had been incorporate, so we grew together, like to a double cherry, seeming parted, but yet an union in partition. Two lovely berries molded on one stem, so with two seeming bodies but one heart, two of the first like coats in heraldry, due but to one and crowned with one crown. And will you rend our ancient love aside, to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly. 'Tis not maidenly. Our sex as well as I may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander as in scorn to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph divine and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth, affection, but by your setting on, by your consent? What, though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved? This you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this. I do.
Persever. Counterfeit sad looks. Make mouths upon me when I turn my back. Wink each at other. Hold the sweet jest up. This sport well carried shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare ye well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death, or absence, soon shall render me.
Hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul. Fair Helena.
Oh, excellent, sweet, do not scorn her so.
She cannot entreat, I can compel.
She entreat. Thy breath of the more strength than her. Outloaded Benson, oh, hated post heads.
Do you not jest? Yes, Susan, so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
Why would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak spot, told you. I'll trust not your word.
Oh, what should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her.
If you do me greater harm than hate me, wherefore? Oh, me, what news, my love? Not I, Hermia, or not you, Lysander. I am as fair now as I was erewhile. Since the night you loved me, yet since night you left me, why then you left me, oh the gods forbid, in earnest shall I say.
By my life, I never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question of doubt, be but nothing truer. 'Tis no jest that I do hate thee, and love Helena.
Oh, me, you juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love. What, have you come by night and stolen my love heart from him? Sorry, his face. Have you no modesty? No maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What, will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Why, you counterfeit, you puppet, you. Puppet? What so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she has made compare between our statures. She hath merged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem? Because I'm so dwarfish and so low. How low am I, thou painted maple? Speak! How low am I? I'm not yet so low, but that my nails can reach into thy heart. Are you love me, gentlemen? Let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. I am a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think because she's something lower than myself that I can match her. More heart again. But Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you. Save that in love unto Demetrius, I told him of yourself into this wood. He followed you for love. Followed. Yes. He hath hid me then, and threatened me to strike me, burn me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me quiet go. To Athens will I bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go! See how simple and how fond I am. Why, get you gone! Who is that hinders you? A foolish heart! Which I leave here behind. What? With the light now, let go!
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce. Little, again, nothing but now, little. Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistake, or else commit thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise that I have anointed an Athenian's eyes.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. High therefore, Robin. Overcast the night. The starry welkin covered on and on with drooping fog and black as Acheron. And lead these testy rivals so astray as one come not within another's way. Like to Lysander sometimes break thy tongue. Then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrath. And sometime rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou these them down, till o'er their brow death counterfeiting sleep with leaden legs and fatty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they next wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision. And back to Athens shall the lovers wend with league whose date till death shall never end. Whilst I in this affair to thee exhort, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy. Then I will her charmed eye release from monsters' view, and all things shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste. For night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts wandering here and there troop home to churchyards. Damned spirits all, that in crossways and floods have burial, already to their wormy beds are gone. For fear lest day should look their shames upon, they willfully themselves exile from light, and must for aye consort with black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort. I with the morning's love have oft made sport, and like a forester the groves may tread, even till the eastern gate, all fiery red, opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turns to yellow gold his salt green stream. But notwithstanding, haste, make no delay. We may effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down. Up and down. I will lead them up and down. I'm feared to feel the town. Goblin. Lead them up and down. Here comes one. Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now! Yes, and drawn and ready. Where art thou? I will feed you with these strength. Follow me then to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again! Thou run away, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak!
Some bush, where dost thou hide thy head? Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars? Telling the bushes that thou lookst for wars and wilt not come. Come, recreant. Come thou, child. I'll whip thee with a rod. He spied the drawn sword on thee. Art thou there? Follow my voice. I know man would hear. Oh, he goes before me, and there he bears me on. When I come where he calls, then he is gone.
The first sight I hear tonight. Oh, fallen mine. In dark and even light. And here will rest me. Oh, come back gently.
For but what thou show me thy great light.
shall buy this dear if ever I thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. By day's approach look to be the
Oh, weary night. Oh, long and tedious night of fate thy hours. Shine comfort from the east that I may back to Athens by daylight, and these that my poor company to test. And sleep that sometimes shuts out sorrow's eye. Steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but 3. Come one more, 2 of both kinds makes up 4.
Here she comes, cursed and sad.
Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, dabbled with the dew and torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me till the break of day. Heaven shield Lysander if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleeps down.
I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye. And the country proverb knows that every man should take his own. In your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill. None shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Come, sit me down upon this flowery bed, while I, thine amiable do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair, large ears. My gentle joy.
Where's Peace Blossom?
Ready.
Oh, scratch my head, Peace Blossom. Where's Mistress Cobweb?
Ready.
Mistress Cobweb, good mistress, get you your weapons in hand, and kill me a red-hipped humble-bee on the top of the thistle. Oh, and bring me the honey bag. Don't let yourself too much in the action, mistress. Oh, and good mistress, have a care that the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflown with a honey bag, good mistress. Oh. Oh. Where's Mistress Mustard Seed?
Ready.
Oh, give me your leave, Mistress Mustard Seed. Oh, I pray you leave your courtesy, good mistress.
What's your will?
Nothing, but to help Peas Blossom to scratch. Oh. Go on to the barber, mistress, for he thinks I am marvelous hairy about the face. And I am such a tender ass. If my hand is a tickle me, I must scratch.
What, wilt thou hit the
for music. Let us have the tongs and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Truly? A peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. But methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellows.
Ah, the venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch me new nuts.
I would rather have a handful or two more dried peas. But let none of your people stir me, for methinks I have an expedition of come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone. And be always away. So doth the woodbine, sweet honeysuckle, gently entwist. The female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee! How I dote on thee!
Oh.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity, for meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet favors for this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her, for she his hairy temples then had rounded with coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and that same dew which sometime on the buds was wont to swell like round and orient pearls, stood now within the pretty floweret's eyes like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her changeling child, which straight she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland, and now I have the boy. I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And gentle part, take this transforming scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he, waking when the other do, may all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexations of a dream. But first, I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be. See as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an act.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how might I do loathe his visage now?
Silence a while, Robin. Take off this head. Titania, music call, and strike more dead than common sleep of all these 5%.
Music, ho! Music, such as charms sleep.
Now, when thou wakest, with thine own fool's eye peep.
Sound music! Come, my queen, take hands with me and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be.
Fairy King attend and mark. I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, silence and trip we after night shade. We the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I sleeping here was found with these mortals on the ground.
My hounds are bred out of the Spartan kind. So flued, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew, crook-kneed and dew-lapped like Thessalian bulls. Slow in pursuit, but matched in mouth like bells, each under each. The cry more tunable was never hallowed to, nor cheered with horn in Crete, in Sparta, nor in Thessaly. Judge when you hear. So, what of these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep. This Lysander. This Demetrius is Helena. Old Nedar's Helena. I wonder of their being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Egeus, is this not the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns. Good morrow, friends. The St. Valentine is past. Begin these wood birds but to couple now.
Oh, my lord.
I pray you all stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world that hatred is so far from jealousy to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply reasonably. Perhaps sleep half waking, but as yet I swear. I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think truly, I will speak. And now I do bethink me. So it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough! Enough, my lord. You have enough. I make the law upon his head. They would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me. You of your wife, and me of my consent. Of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury hither followed them. Fair Helena in fancy following me. But my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is, my love to Hermia, melted as the snow, seems to me now as the remembrance of an idol god which in my childhood I did dote upon. All the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and the pleasure of mine eye is only Helen. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia. But like a sickness did I loathe this food, but as in health, come to my natural taste. Now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we more will hear anon. Egeus, I will prepare your will. For in the temple by and by with us, these couples shall eternally be knit. And for the morning now, as something worn out, purpose nothing shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast of great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye, when everything seems subtle, so methinks. And I have found Demetrius, like a jewel mine own, and not mine own.
Are you sure that we're awake? It seemed that yet we sleep, we dream. Did not you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father, and Hippolyta.
Bid us follow to the temple. Why, then we are. Hey, let's follow him and from the way. Let us recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me, and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Peter Quince? Luke, the fellows mender? Snout, the tinker? Starling? God's my life. Still in hence and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream. Ask the wit of man to say what dream it was. Oh, but man is but an ass if he goes out to accept this dream. I thought I was. There is no man can tell why. Methought I was. Methought I had. Oh, but man is but a patched fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard. The ear of man hath not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, or his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write an account of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream. Because it hath no bottom. And I will speak it at the latter end of play before the Duke. But for adventure, to make it more gracious, I will sing it at her death.
Not in the play as Mars. It goes not forward, does it?
It's not possible. You had a man in all Athens able to describe Pyramus, but he.
No. He has simply the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
Yeah, and the best person, too. He is the very parable for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon, a paramour. God bless us. A thing of naught.
Masters! The Duke is coming from the temple, and there is 2 or 3 lords and ladies more merry.
here in his right. He could not escape sixpence a day. And the Duke had not given him sixpence for playing pyramids. I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. Sixpence a day in pyramids. For nothing.
Where are these hearts? Where are these lads? Masters, I am to discourse wonders. But ask me not, for if I tell, I am not true Athenian. I will tell you everything right as you tell me. Let us hear the three bottoms. Not a word of me. All I will tell you is the Duke hath dined. If you are held together, your streams to your beards, good ribbons to your pumps. Every man look o'er his part, for the short and the long is, our play is preferred. In any case, have clean linen, and let not he who plays the lion pare his nails, for they may hang out as the lion's claws. And most, dear actors, eat no onions nor garlic, for we are to utter sweetest breath, and I do not doubt but to hear them say, this sweet comedy. No more words. Come away. Away!
Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak out.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies, that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devil than vast hell can hold. That is the madman. The lover, all is frantic, sees Helen's beauty in a brow of Egypt. The poet's eye, in a fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven. And as imagination bodies forth the forms of things unknown, the poet's pen turns them to shapes. It gives to airy nothing a local habitation and a name. Such strength hath strong imagination, that if it would but apprehend some joy, it comprehends some bringer of that joy. Or in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed to bear.
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesses than fancied images, and grows to something of great constancy. But, howsoever strange and admirable,
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than twice wait till your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? What revels are in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour?
Here is a brief how many sports are ripe. Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The battle of the centaurs to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. Well, none of that. That have I told my love and glory, my kinsman Hercules. The riot of the tipsy bacchanals tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. That is an old device, and it played when I from Thebes came last to conquer it. The thrice 3 muses mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary. That is some satire, keen and critical, not sorted with a nuptial ceremony. A tedious, brief scene of young pyramids Very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical, tedious and brief. That is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long. It makes it tedious. In all the play, there is not one word act, one player fit. And tragical, my noble lord, it is, for Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water. But more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do plays?
Hard-handed men that work in atmosphere, which never labored in their minds till now, and now have foiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptials.
And we will hear it.
No, my good lord, it is not for you. I have heard it all, and it is nothing, nothing in the world, unless you can find sport in their intense, extremely stretched, and calm, cruel pain do you service.
I will hear that play. For never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender. Go from the and take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness or charge, and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kind are we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport should be to take what they mistake. What poor duty cannot do, noble respect makes it in might, not merit. Where I have come, great clerks have purposed to greet me with premeditated welcomes, where I have seen them shiver, look pale, make periods in the midst of sentences, throttle their practice accent interferes, and in conclusion, dumbly have broken off, not paying me a welcome. Trust me, sweet. Out of this silence yet I picked a welcome. And in the modesty of fearful duty I read as much as from the rattling tongue of saucy and audacious eloquence. Love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity, at least speak close to my capacity.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
We offend with our goodwill. That you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill. To show our simple skill, that is the true beginning of our end. Consider that we come but in despite. We do not come as minding to content you. Our true intent is, all for your delight we are not here. That you should hear repent you. The actors are in hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know.
This fellow doth not stand upon points.
He's finished the prologue like a rough colt, and there's not to stop. A good moral, my lord. It's not enough to speak, but to speak the truth.
He has played on his prologue like a child on a recorder, a sound but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain. Nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who's next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at the show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is peerless, if you would know. This beauteous lady is this man with lime and rough cast doth present wall, that vile wall which did these lovers sunder, and through walls chink, poor souls, they are content to whisper, the which let no man wonder. This man, with lantern dog and bush of thorn, presented moonshine. For, if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers make no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb, there. This grisly beast, which lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which lion vile with bloody mouth did say. Anon comes Pyrrhus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain, whereat
the speech.
No wonder, my lord, one lion may when many asses do.
In this same interlude it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think, that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often very secret. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall, the truth is so. And this the crannies, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that ever I heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall, silence.
Oh, grim-looked night. Oh, night with you so black. Oh, night, whichever art, when day is not. Oh, night. Oh, night. Alack. 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 I fear my business promise. And the wall, thou wall, oh sweet and lovely wall, which stands between her father's ground and mine. Oh wall, thou wall, oh sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall. Don't shield me well for me. What see I? No Thisbe do I see. Oh, wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
Oh, no, sweet son, you should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see the thought, as I told you. Yonder she comes.
Oh, wall.
Now will I to the chamber to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe?
My love?
Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and like Lysander am I trusty still.
And I might kill him so the face may kill.
Not shameless, the progress was so true.
And shapeless the progress I knew.
Kiss me to the whole of this vile wall.
I kiss the wall's hole, and not your lips at all.
Wilt thou meet me at Ninny's tomb straight away?
Time life, time death, I come without delay.
Thus have I wall, my part discharged so, and being done, thus wall away doth go.
Now is the mural down between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse if imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Well, here come two noble beasts in, a man and a lion.
conscience.
Very bested beast that e'er I saw, my lord.
Let us listen to the moon.
This lantern doth the horned moon present.
Should have worn the horns on his head.
He has no crescent, and his horns are invisible within the circumference.
This lantern doth the horned moon present. Myself, the man in the moon, do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lantern. How is it else the man in the moon?
We dares not come there for the candle, for you see it is already in snuff.
I am aweary of this moon. Would he would change?
It appears by his small light of discretion that he is in the way. But yet in courtesy and all reason we must stay the time.
Proceed, Lord. Well, all that I have to say is to tell you that this lantern is the moon, I the man in the moon, this thorn bush my thorn bush, and this dog my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lantern, for all these are in the moon. But silence, here comes this.
This isn't any tomb. Where is my love?
Rowan.
Well, so, truly the moon shines with a good grace.
Well must, Lion.
And then came Pyramus.
So the lion vanished.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams, I trust to take of truest Thisbe sight. But stay, oh spite, but mock poor nut. What dreadful doe is here? I? Do you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck. Oh, dear. Thy mantle good. What? Stained with blood? Approach, ye furies fell. Come, fate, come. Come, fates, come, come. Cut, thread, and throng. Quell, crush, conclude, and quell.
This passion, the death of a dear friend, would go near to make a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lion's frame? Since lion vile hath here deflowered my dear, which is, no, which was the fairest dame, that lived, that loved, that loved, that liked. Huh? Light, that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears, come round, outsword and wound the cap of Pyramus. I, that left cap, where a heart doth pump. Now die I. Thus. Now am I dead. Now am I fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now
he might yet recover and yet prove an act.
Perchance Moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover.
She will find him by starlight. Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Asleep, my love? What? Dead, my love? Arise! Speak! Speak! Quick, love! Dead? Dead? Oh, two must come as we are. This liliness, this cherry nose, this yellow house and cheeks are gone. Oh, God! Summer sing mode. His eyes were green as leaves. Oh, sister three, come to me with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gore, since I'm sure when shears can shred of silk. Tongue, not a word. Come, trust. Trusty sword, come blade my breast and through. Farewell, friends. Thus is the end. Adieu. Adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
Oh, no. I assure you, the wall is down departed their father. Would you care to see the epilogue? Or a burgomaster dance between two of our company?
No epilogue, I pray you. For your play leaves no excuse. Never excuse. Where the players are all dead, there need none to be blamed. Mary, if he the Bennet had played Pyrrhus, and hanged himself with his daughter, then it would have been a fine tragedy. And so it is, truly, and nobly discharged. But come here, burgomaster. Leave your epilogue alone. Midnight have told 12. Lovers to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall not sleep the coming morn as much as we this night have overwatched. This palpable throes of play hath well beguiled the heavy game of night. Sweet friends, to bed. Fortnight hope in its solemnity, and nightly revels in new jollity.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behowls the moon, whilst the heavy ploughman snores, all with weary task foredone. Now the wasted brands do blow, whilst the screech owl, screeching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is the time of night, that the graves all gaping wide, everyone lets forth his sprite in the churchway paths to glide. and we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate team from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream. Now, our frolic. Not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sending the dust behind you.
Through the house give glimmering lights by the dead and drowsy fire. Every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar.
Hand in hand with fairy grace, will we sing and bless this place.
Now until the break of day. Through the house each fairy stray. With the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be. And the issue there create ever shall be fortune. So shall all the couples three ever true and loving be. And the blots of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand. Never mole, hairless, nor scar, nor mark prodigious such as are despised in nativity shall upon their children be. With this field you consecrate, every fairy take her gate, and each several chamber blessed, through the palace with sweet peace, and the owner of it blessed ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear. And this weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And, as I am an honest heart, if we have unearned luck not escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long.
Else the buck a liar call.
So good night unto you all. Give me your hands, if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.